Plant my feet, I'm here to stay.
Hi guys. Alright, so I wrote something that I would like to share. It's called A Call to All Patriots. As we bear witness to the fall of a broken nation, we keep in mind the weighted obligation at hand. Preserving the Republic and her people is now the duty passed unto us by our founders. Her origins were not birthed through innocence or with simplicity, but by consequence of ignorance, greed, ferocious power, duplicity, and tyranny. The very grounds that sparked the first American Revolutionary War now stare us in the face, begging for correction. The perils we surely face are beyond the nightmares of hell itself. Even so, this band of brothers shall not falter, as hunger for liberty supersedes that of any desire for the contrary. Those who instigate failure of our efforts to preserve liberty are befallen with the same fate of the British king's rule 240 years ago. The words on my breath carry stark reminder of these penalties, as we the people have not forgotten our underpinnings. Let it be known that true patriots do not cause injustice, but we are prepared to react to it. Opposition to our goals will be immense. For every one patriot, there will be 10 others without intent to contest our efforts. Do not let this steer you off course, as their hearts do not speak true, but their passions, enriched by a poisoned well, do. One cannot be angry with a rabid dog for the actions he makes when driven mad by disease. The only cure is spreading facts of the dire situation at hand and holding accountable those responsible for it. It is our sole purpose to inform as many citizens as we can in order to give them the option to either stand beside us, behind us, or in front of us with the accused. Know this: justice is blind to privilege, stature, sex, race, and creed. She only sees right and wrong. Intent pays no levy in her eyes, as she sees through distortion and cannot be fooled, bribed, or swayed in favor of an ill objective. Let her be your guide as you wield your weapon in her name, be it by word of mouth, by pen, by civil disobedience, or by gun. Do only right. Be vigilant and uphold your moral obligation to virtue. Do not sour the patriot name by intervening solely through the weight of emotion, as this will violate the principle of liberty and justice for all. Those who do wrong must be held to the standards that our founders outlined for us through due process of law under the United States Constitution and Bill of Rights. Anyone who disparages that process with nepotism, bias, and prejudice will be equally held accountable and stripped of the trust once specified to them. One cannot procure a position of power unless they respect that power's source, the citizens. He who is a true patriot, mark yourself as such whenever possible. On your bodies, your vehicles, your signatures, and your personal effects, clearly identify yourself as one for the Republic, especially when necessary. Whether you hold a profession of basic trade or a post of civil service, we must lead by example and stand as a unit. It is imperative as patriots that our goals are fluid and that we give support to the like-minded individuals who seek liberty as we do. With the ever-changing interface of technology and exchange of information, we mustn't allow sentiment to rule over us. Common sense is indispensable. A true patriot does not identify himself with specific motives or groups that counter those convictions outlined in the United States Constitution and Bill of Rights. Resistance to tyranny must take precedence, and innocent life must always be preserved. Evil must be perceived as a direct threat to our personal sovereignty and that of our comrades and communities. Patriots are the last line of defense against those who wish to steal freedom from our countrymen. We must not continue to stand idly by in the presence of wrongdoing, as the simplest gesture or voice could immeasurably impact the condition of our nation. As a true patriot, it is your moral obligation to uphold, exercise, maintain, and protect the inherent rights of every citizen of this country. Keep in mind that although they were met with fierce opposition from their fellow citizens, some of whom were still loyal to the crown, our founders pressed on with only 3% of Americans taking up arms to fight for freedom. We are now past that gauntlet, as the very freedoms our founders fought to establish are continuously under attack. As stated in the Declaration of Independence, when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably to the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government. We are no more or less civilized today than the citizens of 1776. Things around us may have changed, but our morality has not. A revolution could be won in this country without a single shot fired, without a single drop of blood spilled. But those who seek to divide and conquer us won't have it be so. It is not in their best interest to support peaceful change, as the result would be the reinstatement of power back to the people of this nation. We must use their lust for authority, their greed, their repression, and their disregard for our people's rights as the motivation by which we push liberty along. Finally, to the tyrants. You must know, the bloodline of a patriot is vast and runs deep. We are scattered all across this nation like mines beneath the dirt. Some of us may be average and some of us may not. Some of us hold positions of power and some of us don't. Some of us have served in the military and some of us haven't. But we are all along the watchtower, and it stretches in all directions. And trust when I say, we are watching. We are the wolves amongst sheep. We are the keepers of liberty. We are the citizens who seek to restore the republic not only for our people, but for the rest of the world as well. Some people call the United States the most amazing experiment in democracy in the history of civilization. May the result of that experiment be the preservation of freedom for generations to come, and to put to good use those principles laid before us in the Constitution and Bill of Rights. Let the service of our great warriors, past, present, and future, not be in vain. Let the words scribed over 2 centuries ago ring true today as we face those who would egregiously enslave us and our fellow citizens. Let the world know we will not tolerate the weathering away of our inherent rights. In the name of all that is living and breathing, we will not falter in our quest for reinstallation of the Constitution and Bill of Rights in its entirety. We are the 3%, and we are always faithful. Si vis pacem, parabellum.